you know, I've done this video like three or four times now. First time there was a car accident and I needed Waze to get me out of the car accident. So I did it, stop my video and get Waze, and I'm still doing 11 miles an hour, so Waze didn't really help that much. Second and third time, I was still a little hot under the collar, you know. You guys know why. The day I had it at the Meadows, I thought one raced very good. I thought one raced the way she's always raced, and I think the other one has something going on, just health-wise. I don't think it's anything serious. But a very predictable day for me at the Meadows. Unpredictable, but still predictable, I guess, was the break by Spitfire Overseas. Not a horse that's made a lot of breaks. Made one on me, but he wasn't. That's when he was in the middle of that whole AFib situation for that stretched out period of time. He'd made the break on me. He was flat for Scott. I think that's the only 2 breaks he made this year. It was today and the one on me, if I'm not mistaken. So, trying to unpack what happened with Spitfire. Now, from the outset, I'll give you the variables. A different surface, different climate than this summer when you race there again. You're still shipping this animal hours to race. You got the 2-hole. He's not behind the car like he was last week. He's got the 2-hole. And you have Mark, who understands, although you're probably the best horse in the race, you're the best horse on paper, you still have to race the horse. And when the rail horse is getting out okay and he's the favorite, you don't want to get too far away from him. So, did he overtrot himself leaving the gate? It's possible. It looks like it could have happened. Horse hobbles too long? It's unlikely, but it could have been. The one thing about Spitfire you have to understand, he doesn't like his hobbles on tight. Remember, James and Dominic wanted to wear the belly band hobbles on him all the time. I despise the belly band hobbles, so he took them off him as soon as he got over here. There's nothing physically wrong with him. Now, as I say that, his feet do bother him. We got flip-flops off him when we brought him back 6 weeks ago. We took the flip-flops off of him. I thought he was just interfering a little bit with them on. Were his feet bothering him? Remember, the first thing I said was the surface, the track surface. Yes, he raced good, but if you go back and watch his race in Philadelphia, his last start, he still was out of gear. The last time he raced in Philadelphia in the final, a couple of times in the mile, he get out of gear and catch himself, get out of gear and catch himself. Well, when you're switching gears coming out of the gate, it's not as easy to do that, right? You might do that down the backstretch, trotting quarter 27 apiece, put a step in, the hobbles will grab you, and away you go. Yeah, it's not that easy to do when the driver's got you doubled up. The hobbles are a little bit longer at that point. Now you put a step in, there's less hobble to help out. So, you know, Mark called me after, and, you know, blaming himself. You know, maybe I should have let him trot out more. Maybe I should have doubled him up more. Maybe I should have scored him down harder. I said, well, he did go into AFib 6 weeks or 3 months ago. I'd rather you not rev him up before the race if it's all the same. And, you know, we did have people message me, the hobbles, the surface, the this, the that. Oh, it was Mark. Oh, you know, we should have sent him down to a trainer down there. Guys, I get where you're coming from. The coulda, shoulda, wouldas, it's just doesn't fly in horse racing. I know it feels good to write a text message or an email after explaining what went on with the race, but you don't really know. Not unless you are Spitfire Overseas, and I don't think he can write emails. Or Mark. He didn't write me an email. We talked. You know, I'm as angry as anybody when I see a horse 8 to 5 going for $38,000 or $40,000 roll off behind the gate. Yeah, I want to throw my phone against the wall. I feel the same way you do. But casting aspersions or blame, it doesn't really matter. The race is over. It just is. And it is very hard to take, but that is racing, and I think it's equally important that maybe I point out that in the balance of things, I believe we've been on the good side of horses making breaks and taking advantage of it. Point fact would be Pickpocket 2 weeks ago when Sig Sauer made a break halfway down the lane here, able to slide through. At the end of the day, our horses aren't really known for making a ton of breaks, being fractious, right? We have a lot of trotters, so yes, we have trotters that are that way. Spitfire Overseas is not really one of them. He just picked a bad day to make a break. It's not easy to turn the page, you know. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm in the middle of gathering up money, a lot of money for Lexington, and I can tell you a chunk of that $19,000 would have come in really handy right now. So I get it. We can all curse and swear, and this is what happened, that what happened. I think it was this. It doesn't matter. It happened. Spitfire is not lame. He's not sore. He's not sick. He had a bad day. His bad day turned into our bad day. And that is that. There's no point in, rehashing it and going over. I went over the race 3 or 4 times to talk to the guy that was sitting behind him. That's all the information we can collect from the person sitting behind the horse and from the video, because the horse won't tell us. And from what I can see, there could have been a ton of factors and variables that went into that horse making a break, but at the end of the day, he did. Do I think anything needs changed? Nope, not even in the least. We'll get him looked at. I'll probably go with maybe his feet were hurting him a little bit. Maybe his hobbles were just a hair longer because Mark had a hold of him behind the gate. No, I guarantee you, if you ask Mark right now, got him on the phone, he would probably tell you three or four things he wish he did different. But that's all in hindsight. So, horse made a break. I think that probably knocks him out of Breeders' Crown contention. The good news is he's still got the Pegasus and the Carl Erskine out in Indiana. And we still have the horse. And for those of you saying we should sell him, absolutely not going to sell him. He's going to be with us through his 4-year-old year. So if you're somebody right now waiting for me to make the email or send you out and say, hey, we're going to sell Spitfire, it's not going to happen. So you may as well just put your shares up for sale right now. That is one thing I'm certain of. That of all the uncertainty surrounding Spitfire overseas today, there are some certainties. 1, he's not lame. 2, he's not sick. 3, he's not going anywhere. So those are 3 things that we can sink our teeth into for sure today. Now, how did my day go? Aside from the Spitfire fiasco. Get up, went with some babies, happy with the way they all look today. At this time of year, I'm going with the ones, hey, Anthony, that horse kicked yesterday, or that horse wheeled around, or that horse bit somebody, or that horse kicked somebody. Oh, the filly kicked the hell out of me the other day. Ooh. Better now. It took 3 days, but I'm over it. And it wasn't a new one. It was High Hopes. Oh, she ever give it to me. I'm all right now, though. So those are the ones that I'm left going with. It's our barn. I am responsible for what goes on in it. I don't want to see anybody or horses get hurt. So if they're having any troubles with any horses, I'm the guy you come to. It's kind of like Yellowstone with Rip. You want to fight on the farm? Fight me. That's kind of how it is. So, how did we do? The babies went good. Everything was great today. No incidents at all. Everybody's doing the work very, very well. Very happy. We did castrate a couple horses this week, and I feel bad because I didn't send a note out about it. There's just so much going on. We are going to castrate Muscle Chrome's baby, just because he's a big, strong colt, and I don't want him getting too big and study. What a beautiful horse he is. Oh, my God. Of all the horses we broke, top 5 nicest gaits for sure is, and I know Heather and a lot of people are going to be happy to hear that. I Don't Play Nice, I think is his name. He's beautiful. He might not play nice, but he trots some nice. Wow, he's beautiful. The big international money guy, he likes to box. Come at us with the front feet. I don't want you to read too much into that. He's not being mean. He was just scared and fighting. But here's the thing. When your first inclination is to tear somebody's head off with your hoof, maybe not a good look. So he's going to be castrated. And there was one other horse we castrated, No Chance in Hill, not because he's bad, or Prince Charmer, not because they're bad. They're both sweethearts. Can't turn them out with the other colts if they're studs, right? Got to keep them away from all the fillies if they're studs. So we moved to the barn. I want them all out together, playing, growing up, doing what horses are supposed to do, but I can't do that if they're studs. So we castrated Prince Charmer and No Chance in Hill. They're going to go out next week. Need about a week to heal up. Just make sure there's no infection of any kind. A few of the babies will be castrated, as I said. Manhattan Money, beautiful horse. I just don't want him. We did this last year. We waited, and am I ever glad that we castrated Memory and Imagination in January? He was immediately a better horse with a better outlook on his work, great work ethic, and did his work well, and ended up being a very good horse for us. 6-5 on Monday from 6 to 5 on Monday from Corbin. So lots of good stuff going on there. So with this guy, we tried to put the bridle on. He's a little bit scared, but his first inclination, his default is to fight, which I like. But he's about 900 pounds. And I might have made a Rip Wheeler reference a minute ago, but I don't want to be fighting with him. So we're going to castrate him. And there's a couple more. I think there's 3. Anyway, babies were great today. They went good. We went over to the meadows. Started out with Cupid Express. I can tell you, I knew 3 steps off the gate. 3 things were about to happen. I was certain of 2 and pretty sure of the 3rd. First one was I was going to make front, no problem, going into the first turn. Second one was Ronnie Wren was definitely going to be coming into quarter pole. And the 3rd one, unfortunately, I was certain of was she wasn't that good today. And there's nothing I can do when I've already started her up out of the gate. You can't just say, "Oh, hold on, everybody, everybody, time out. Not that good today. I'm going to need a hole somewhere in here, if you don't mind." It doesn't work that way. So I made front, jammed her, shut her up, let one go, and she was flat. So did she tie up? I know she didn't bleed. She had some mucus, but not enough mucus to justify the trick that I saw from her. I'm going to bring her back over to Northfield. We're going to have a good look at her. This is a filly that can dance. She's a nice filly. If she needs a few weeks off, we'll give her a few weeks off. But I need to get to the bottom of what I just went through with her. That was not the horse that won with the earplugs in 55. I can guarantee you that. So I need to find out what went on with her today. I'm sure whatever it was, it's a pretty easy fix. I don't foresee any ground-shaking discoveries in her blood work. I just think she, to be honest, I think she was a little tied up. That was the guess. But under scoping her, no ulcer on her palate, no redness, no blood, just some mucus. So I don't think it was just that, but we'll see. Went on the track with Delicious Stone. I was looking for a good race, but I'd never driven him before. I trained him. Never driven him before. What a sweetheart this guy is. I think we can almost get the hobbles back off of him. Blasted out of there. At no point did he even put a step in. Rushed him over to the front. Put the brakes on. Dave Palone I knew was coming back. He comes back. Out comes Brady. Didn't see that coming. It was the right move at 8 to 5, but I guess in hindsight, well, no. It didn't matter. His horse walked anyway. I was going to say maybe I should have just went on a bit and let Brady clear to the front, but that's the way it was supposed to go. Got jammed up in the last turn, kind of get out. Did he sprint through the wire? No, I didn't sprint through, but he raced good. I think this guy is sitting on, well, he's been sitting on a win, I believe. He's been sitting on a win, but I've been I was very happy with the horse that I drove today. Very happy. And I think if I come first over, obviously I think I'm first or second, I just didn't want to. Coming off him walking and showing a little blood last week, I guarantee there's no blood there today. The horse raced great. Was perfect. Just got to get that speed. And you guys know this. You guys should know by now, watching our horses race, it can't be good all the time. And as they start to come forward, you're going to see a big jump. And I think this guy here is he's ready for more right now. I'm almost tempted, if he draws in the middle of the gate, maybe just take the hobbles off him. I know you're supposed to enter them with them on or off, though. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. He was very good today. I like him. What a nice little horse he is. And then, I forbid you, should have been second. Should have been a closing second. She can be such a little mongrel sometimes. Moved her out. I had to get her going earlier because they were coming back to me. Now's the time to jump on them. And I had to move her. You can see she fizzled out like 200 yards to the wire instead of 100 yards. She's so frustrating sometimes, but, she finished 5th. Should have been 2nd. Might have been an okay 3rd. Instead, she was a very mediocre 5th. So, draw inside, keep her in the middle of the pack, hope to jump on them. That's the plan for her. I was looking, we're getting into the fall now when people are going to start looking for broodmare prospects, and she should be one. She had a sister to Captain Crunch, and people might say, oh, Captain Crunch, you might not like him as a sire. And, by the way, we're not going to judge first crop sires, remember? But as a racehorse, he was a legit, solid horse. And this filly is out of a 3/4 sister. Wait, no. Don't quote me on that. It might be a half sister to Captain Crunch. It's a half or a 3/4. I don't know the other. So that is where we're at with today. Now I'm on my way to Hoosier Park. I am running a little bit behind, but they also run a little bit behind. So I think if I can speed up a little bit without getting pulled over and they can slow down a little bit, I'll be there just in time to warm up Mel Gibbs one. So that's where I'm at right now, on my way there. I'm interested to watch Nothing But a Dreamer race tonight. He mounts for all races tonight. So star-studded lineup today. Did not get off to the start we wanted with Spitfire. I get that, but you know what? We get the horse back. We'll race him in the Erskine. We'll race him in the Pegasus down here. And then we'll move forward with Spitfire. Certainly excited to race him and excited for him as a 4-year-old also. He's a good horse. You guys should know that by now. I was happy with Delicious Stone, although third is not first, I'm aware. And then tonight we have Nothing But a Dreamer. I'm hoping for a good race from him. Clean line and a good race from him. And then we also have Mounts for All. And as I said, I'm going to go behind the gate with Mel Gibbs one. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I turned a short update into a 16-minute tirade. But that's what I do. So we'll talk to you all very soon. I hope you did have a good day. It's kind of a little bit of a crisp fall evening here as we get closer to 5 o'clock. But not a bad night at all. Good luck to everybody racing tonight with Dreamer, with Mounds, and with Mel. Hopefully we have a little more luck than we did this afternoon. Take care.